Lime Rock Park in beautiful Connecticut is the site of race number 19. This 1.5 mile road course races like a short track, and it always puts on lots of action. Jet Beckham outqualified Colin Eversley. He was 5th, whereas Colin was 9th. So those two are ready to battle it out for the championship in the final 2 races. Lap 8, and we got one coming into the pits for an unscheduled stop. It's Luke Benson. He ends up dropping out of the race, and that's a big hit in points because he went from inside the top 10 to 14th. Here is former off-road star PJ McCormick looking to make a move on Brett Fisher. Not the best qualifying effort, but he is inside the top 15. 3 top 5s on the year. Into the downhill. This is such a fun track to drive. Lots of elevation changes. And he completes the pass. Skipping ahead to just past halfway, we have green flag pit stops. Almost everyone came in on this lap, but Jet Beckham stayed out to lead a lap and get some bonus points. Jerry Clark was the leader, so he'll cycle back to the front when it's all done. And we have the 44th slowing. That's James Garrett. He is in a really bad spot here. They're going to have to throw the caution. He's going to stop right in the middle of the track, and that's a blind corner. Ooh, 61 out of control. That could have been bad. Restart, lap 30. Lots of traffic. Colin Eversley actually cycled ahead of Jet Beckham, so that's a big moment of the race right there. And he's not done yet. He is on the move. Looking for 6th on Ian Abernathy, who's also having a great run. But man, what can you say about Colin Eversley? He's just been so strong, so consistent. Definitely not driving like a rookie. He's doing everything he can to win this championship. Trying to make a move here through the West Bend. That's a tough place to pass. But he can just put his car wherever he wants, and now he sets his sights on Matt Dixon. Taking a look through the field at some of the guys around the top 20. Here's Rich Peterson. Oh, and the 83 has a problem. He's coming to pit road. The 39's all out of shape. He gets hit by the 27, and we have a big crash on the front stretch. Nate Kowalski into the outside wall. We got a full course caution. Oh, Terry Roberts with nowhere to go. He gets collected. And we have carnage here at Lime Rock Park. 2 laps to go now, and we have a battle for the lead. Jerry Clark has led most of this race, but Randy Copeland is right on his tail, and he's in the running for the final T-Mobile cash prize of the season, so who knows what he might do. Oh, and we have a crash on the front stretch. This'll do it. Michaela Shepard, once again, in trouble. But that means Jerry Clark, with all his ups and downs that he's had this season, finally gets his first win. Colin Eversley gains 3 points on Jet Beckham, so he's 25 ahead entering the last race. Now let's take a look at what happened to the 52. Looks like she was blowing up, and John Fred Lowe has nowhere to go. Been a tough year. Let's hear from him.
Boys, I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm not sure where he was going, but I sure as hell don't know where I was going. I'm just like a piece of that shitty cornbread there at the Cracker Barrel. I'm sandy. I'm gritty. I'm falling apart. I don't taste good. I'm sorry, guys. I really am.
Well, it's been a fun, action-packed season, but we have finally made it to the final race at Thompson Speedway. We have a few that didn't make the field, but everyone that ran full-time is in this one, so it is kind of like an all-star race to some extent. But it will be a good showdown, and in the end, we're going to crown a National Compact Pro Series champion. Randy Copeland in the McDonald's Ford Focus got his 5th pole of the year. That's the second most this season out of anyone. Jet Beckham was faster than Eversley in both practice sessions, but Colin qualified 2nd, whereas the 17 was 4th. Eversley jumped out a little bit there on the start, but the officials said it was good. So the 4 and 17 come out 1-2 at the end of lap 1, and this is shaping up to be the battle we all hoped it would be. Just race hard and clean, don't wreck each other, and let the best man win. You see them both using that second lane, getting right near the grip strip. That's where the speed is. You can see the 17's trying to be aggressive early. He doesn't want to waste any time here. Oh, and he's going to get into him a little bit. That was a close call. Lap 8, Beckham still trying. He's on the inside, Eversley on the outside. Colin using that momentum on the exit to carry him all the way down the front stretch, so he keeps holding him off. Lap 14, yes, we can follow more than just the guys going for the championship. Stephen Lawrence and PJ McCormick getting together off of turn 4. Lawrence goes for a nice spin through the grass. No harm there. On the restart, though, the 47 does catch the 29, and he is known to have a bit of a short temper. Ooh, he gets right under him to show he's not too happy, but it looks like cooler heads are going to prevail for now. Moving along to lap 40, we have a great battle inside the top 10 between the 15, 7, 47, all under a blanket. Taking a look at Darrell Stewart, remember he won that 4th of July Thriller at Irwindale. That was his only win, and he's trying to close out the season on a high note. Lap 54, taking a look at Oliver Wilson going at it hard with Taka Kojima. Getting under him off of turn 4. Oh no, he got a little too close, and there goes the 45 around. He slams the inside wall. Caution is out. And Taka's not going to be too happy about that one. You see him getting on the gas here. He's looking for someone, and we know who. So everyone decides that's a good time for pit stops. Eversley leads the field down into pit road. And coming out, nothing changes up front, but we have a new man in second. Walter Hansen moves his way up. Jet Beckham falls back to third. Approaching lap 70, the troubles continue for James Garrett. He gets turned by Brett Fisher off of turn 4. And goes for a big long slide through the grass. At least he doesn't hit anything. Taking a look from the roof of the 01, you see he just gets a little too antsy and gets his nose 3 wide. The 44 goes around, and the 6 barely missed him, I think. We'll have to see if he hit him or not. Now you see him. Now you don't. Yeah, he didn't even touch him. On the restart, the 22 gets a good jump, and he's going to try to make a move to the inside on Eversley into turn 1. 3 wide behind them. Good effort, but it's not quite going to be enough, and the 4 holds another one off. Here's a couple guys working their way up after starting deep in the field. Frankie Lundqvist started 24th. He's up to 9th, and he's getting passed by Matt Dixon, who started 19th. So he breaks into the top 10 for the first time all day, and he's not done yet. Lap 97, though, he has a close call with Trent Strickland. Let's take a look at our T-Vision to get a closer look. There they are. All right, let's hit play. Just like we've seen earlier, the 90 just hooks him off of turn 4. The 16 actually came back up and door slammed him. Great camera work. Good recovery from Lime Rock Park for Luke Benson, teammate to Taka Kojima, who had his trouble earlier. But Luke is inside the top 10, so while it's been a disappointing season, at least they have something to build on for next year. But right now, it's all about this year. Jet Beckham did just about everything right, but had a couple bad races. Still, a 7.1 average finish is nothing to hang your head on. But it's not going to beat a 6.05 average finish. Colin Eversley is your National Compact Pro Series champion. He led all 120 laps and wins the championship by 32 points. What a statement. We knew the kid had a good head on his shoulders, but to actually come out and win the championship in his first season is nothing short of impressive. A lot of the funding from the 44 car went to the 4, but he had to drive it too, and he definitely got it done. So let's let him enjoy it. Colin Eversley burns it down. He is your champion.
Hell yeah! Woo!
As we take a look at the final standings, Colin Eversley led the league with 7 wins. He also had the most top 5s at 15 and led the most laps with 633. Jet Beckham and Eversley tied with 17 top 10s, but Beckham had 6 poles, which was the most for that category. Randy Copeland finished the season in 3rd. He was the only guy not named Colin or Jet that had double-digit top 5s. Oliver Wilson was 4th. He won at Iowa. Walter Hansen was Mr. Consistency for most of the year, but just couldn't quite get a win. He rounds out the top 5. Then it was Brett Fisher, who had 2 big wins early in the season, in race number 1 as well as Lanier. Then we have 7th place with the car number to match. As I mentioned, Darrell Stewart won in California. The biggest surprise was probably Ernie Pryor in 8th. He only led 16 laps but had 11 top 10s, very under the radar. Matthew Dixon was either feast or famine this season. He actually led the 3rd most laps this year at 226. And Stephen Lawrence rounds out the top 10. He had no wins, but he had 2 poles in the middle of the season, as well as 5 top 5s. The award for the most lead changes this season went to Irwindale with 13. The most different leaders, though, was Lacrosse. That race had 6. And the most cautions in a race was Oxford. That one had 9 of them. So that'll wrap things up on a great Compact Pro Series season. I certainly had a lot of fun with the commentary and putting these videos together. It was nice to get the final piece of the puzzle out of the way to go along with this car set. Who knows what the future will bring for this series, but until next time, I'm Thermite917. Thank you so much for watching.